Knuckle Fighting Championship is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Guess who's back in the Mile High? The baddest athletes on the planet have descended upon Denver, and they want all the smoke. BKFC 50 is now on the air. Let's get this historic event started with our preview tonight. 3 bouts to set the table for what should be an epic night of fights. Later on, during our pay-per-view broadcast, it's a heavyweight co-main event. Denver's own Josh Cuddly Bear Copeland goes toe-to-toe with the newcomer and boxing champion, Steve Aurelius. Better make sure that ring is reinforced. And our main event for BKFC 50, the Cruiserweight World title, is on the line as the challenger from right here in Denver, Chris Camozzi, tests his might against the man considered by many to be the BKFC GOAT, champion Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. And we are just north of Denver, Colorado, here in the First Bank Center, where we've made a ton of memories. It is BKFC 50, a historic milestone of an event. Last time we were here was another milestone for 41, where we saw a lot of fighters that jumped into the BKFC from MMA, from other disciplines. Tonight, it's one of our OGs, Lorenzo Hunt, in the main event, looking to exert his dominance in his division. Can he keep his 8-fight winning streak alive? Well, we are right here in the freebie. You're watching on whatever social media aspect you might be on right now. But if you want to get the full show, you know you got to get the BKFC app, so stop what you're doing. Download it right now. You'll get tonight's event for $7.99, but not only will you get that, you'll get next week in Salem, Virginia. You'll get the Prospect Series from the UK, and I believe, if my numbers are right, you're going to get Columbia, South Carolina on October 20th as well. A lot for $7.99, the best value in all of combat sports. So here we go as we have our first fighters ready to toe the line, ready to walk down to our ring. Let's go to Sean and Chris, who are ringside. Now, Sean, listen, we keep standing them up, and Lorenzo Hunt keeps knocking them down time and time again. What can we expect out of Chris Camozzi, Lorenzo Hunt, tonight in Denver?
Cyrus, Lorenzo Hunt, 10-1 in the sport of bare knuckle. He, of course, enters as a 2-weight class world champion in BKFC. Chris Camozzi, a UFC veteran, a Glory veteran, 2-0 in BKFC. Both wins by way of first-round knockout. This has all of the ingredients to be a really good main event.
All right, Chris, I'm going to you. Let's talk odds, because you know it's always more fun watching the BKFC when you got a little bit of money on the line. Our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook can definitely help you out with that, but I want you to help everybody out there that's watching. What are a couple of the fights that you're seeing the odds and you think they're standing out right now?
Couple things going on here for I like a lot of different fights. The thing that's jumping out at me right now, Marcus Edwards at -200. That is a fantastic bet. Now, if you're getting risky, if you want to be a little bit more of a risk taker, Franco at +300. That means if you bet 100, you win 300. She's an underdog, but I think that's a live dog right there.
Well, if you want to get betting, to do it through DraftKings Sportsbook, and they got the hookup right now, a $50 bonus bet for tonight's fight with your first deposit of $5 or more. That's for new customers. Scan the QR code and use the code DKBKFC to get hooked up tonight. Let's take a look at the rules, brought to you by Mint 45. All fights scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Fights are scored by 3 judges on the 10-point must system. Hand wraps must be at least 1 inch below the bare knuckles. Punching in the clinch is allowed. No 3 knockdown rule. No being saved by the bell in any round. No kicks, knees, elbows, takedowns, or submissions. And now your very first Crescent Tools tell the tape.
We open BKFC 50 with a bout in the middleweight division. Jesse Stalder versus Zeb Vincent.
And if you look here, Sean, the main difference right here is Vincent does have a 3.5-inch reach advantage. That means Stalder's going to have to get inside to land those hard shots.
From Kansas City, Kansas, Zeb Vincent. This is bout number 2 for Vincent in BKFC. He's 1-0 in pro MMA. He's had 9 AMI MMA bouts. Vincent told us in our fighter meeting, entering this his second fight in the sport of bare knuckle, he now feels that defense is more important than offense. He said, I'm going to utilize my jab. I'm going to showcase excellent footwork, excellent slips, circle, move backwards, and always be sound defensively.
So another guy right here just lost a lot of weight after his first fight. Really been putting more cardio in training. Lost, I think, 35 pounds. Like you said, he's here to box, not brawl this time. Understands how important defense. Wants to go out there, throw a lot of straight punches, cut angles, and counter punch.
Vincent said, I know I don't have to be first in every exchange. I'm going to make my opponent Jesse Stalder miss. I'm going to counter hard. Vincent said, quote, fundamentals over flash for me in this fight.
I love something he said. He said he has to stay off the center line, and when he ducks out to the side after his opponent throws a punch, he has to dig to the body. That shows he's done a lot of research to understand, trying to capitalize when your opponent makes a mistake.
He's had 2 pro MMA bouts. Stalder told us in our fighter meeting he feels that he is a very good natural athlete. Stalder said, I'm going to use that athleticism for a fast start off from scratch. I'm going to keep moving forward. So often, Chris, we hear about fighters saying in our fighter meetings, it's all about the jab for me. Throw the 1, the 1-1-2. Stalder said, for me, it's about my power rear hand. I'm going to keep throwing the 2-1-2.
I love what he said there. He said he's going to come out there aggressive. He feels like he gets even more aggressive once he gets hit once. That's a dangerous strategy here, but we'll see how it works out.
Stalder described his opponent, Zeb Vincent, in this middleweight bout is, quote, ruthless. Stalder said he's very aggressive, he's very strong in the clinch. I have to establish myself in the pocket, but I cannot get stuck in the clinch of my opponent, Zeb Vincent.
Well, he wants to be the aggressor, but one thing I love that he said, he's not going to take a step backwards. That means we're going to have a fight where these guys are going to come in here and they're going to brawl.
To get our evening started, we send it into the ring with the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the First Bank Center here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. And we welcome you to BKFC 50. BKFC Freeview begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, an even 175 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Kansas City, Kansas, here is Zeb CWV Vincent. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 174 1/2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Greeley, Colorado, here is Jesse James Stalder. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
Zeb Vincent told us, I expect Jesse Stalder to keep rushing in with wide punches. I cannot allow Stalder.
All right, gentlemen, toe the line. When I say knuckle up, we're live.
Both
Ready?
fighters up to scratch.
Knuckle
BKFC 50 upon us. The bell, round number 1. There's the jab from Zeb Vincent. He's in the black and white trunks. Blue and gray trunks for Jesse Stalder.
And you can see Stalder right there was not ready for that start. It's taken him a minute to get used to this style.
Vincent jab to the body. Tall stance for Vincent. Off the jab again. There's the right hand from Stalder. He talked about throwing the 2. There was the naked 2. There's the 2 right back, then the jab from Vincent. Both fighters throwing big early. We're in the middleweight division.
And you can just see right now, the comfort level right now of Vincent. Stalder's not there yet.
Counter on the left hand from Stalder.
Fingers, watch your fingers.
Vincent. Vincent right back off the jab. Jab again. There's the big right hand from Stalder. Stalder trying to change the momentum.
You can just tell Vincent looks very relaxed out there right now.
Your right uppercut just misses from Vincent, and on the delay, down goes Jesse Stalder.
And Stalder is hurt.
5, 6,
He does not like the way
7,
this fight is started off. I'm not sure if he's getting up from him.
9.
There's the mandatory
10.
down from referee Nick Behrens. Vincent.
What a turnaround right there for Vincent. From his first fight, he looked so much more relaxed, so much more comfortable. Just got the job done, went out there and landed hard shots. He took a few shots of his own. You could tell that Stalder was a very strong, powerful individual. He talked about being a great athlete, and he was, but this isn't about being an athlete. This is about being a dog in this sport sometimes. And Zeb Vincent shown that that's what he is right now. Wow, what a turnaround.
Jesse Stalder was game. He was throwing big, but Zeb Vincent showing massive improvement from his BKFC debut to record his first win in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And you see the elation for Zeb Vincent.
And Sean, we've talked about it before. Experience is everything in this sport. And you can just see, look at Zeb Vincent right now. It's relaxed. It's just a nice little uppercut right there. Came from an odd angle. I think his opponent didn't see it coming. Look at that, just a weird angle. He said, what was that? That wasn't a normal punch. Don't have to be a normal punch. There's no boxing gloves here. There's no MMA gloves. It's that fist, and it did damage.
You saw the delay. Vincent threw it. I initially thought, Chris, that it was just off the mark. Stalder didn't go down immediately. The punch registered. It wobbled his legs. Then Stalder went to the mat, took the full 10 count from Nick Barons and Zeb Vincent. In June, he won his pro MMA debut in his hometown, Kansas City, Kansas. Tonight, here just north of Denver in Broomfield, Colorado, Vincent gets win number 1 in BKFC.
He's on a roll now, Sean, but just that confidence level. And that punch, I thought he missed it right there. It wasn't until I watched the replay that it just did enough damage. It just skimmed the surface, but that's all it takes. When you have a bare knuckle and you have that bone on the eye or right around there and it hits, that's going to cut, it's going to tear, and it's going to make your opponent go, what just happened right there? He couldn't see, he fell down, it did the damage, it just took a second.
Vincent said fundamentals over flash in our fighter meeting. He showed the fundamentals, but there's a bit of flash anytime you knock someone out with a rear right uppercut.
Beautiful punch.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Nick Barons, reaches the count of 10 at 59 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO, Zeb CWB Vincent.
And Sean, first the MMA victory. Now he has a good body transformation. Now a win here. This guy is just getting more confident with each bout he's coming out, and I can't wait to see him come out and fight again.
Zeb Vincent starting off of scratch with the jab, that rear right uppercut, glancing, but enough on the delay to drop Jesse Stalder, the 10 count in the win. Victorious by way of first round knockout, Zeb Vincent defeats Jesse Stalder.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of hats, shirts, hoodies, and more to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. So place your order now to get 20% off apparel with promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com.
To the heavyweight division we go. The numbers presented by Crescent Tools for Lamont Stafford versus Gabriel Mota.
And Sean, there's a lot on this tape that just jumps out at you right there. 6'6" versus 5'9". But to me, I think the main thing is the reach. 79 versus 70, and that's a 9-inch reach advantage. Mota has heavy hands, but he's got to get inside. It's up to Stafford to keep him long, make him pay each time he tries to get in to land those heavy punches.
Gabriel Mota made his BKFC debut May of last year. He defeated Travis Lurchin by first-round KO.
And there it is, Sean. I just talked about those heavy hands. He knows that's all it takes. He has to land one punch. He's got power. Look at when he has power with both hands, he feels. All he has to do is land that right hand, land that left. He loves that overhand punch, that looping shot. He feels like it works very well against these taller guys, and lucky for him, he's going against the taller guys. That's the gameplay. Get inside and land that overhand right.
Gabriel Mota set for bout number 3 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He's had 14 pro MMA bouts, including 1 in LFA. He's also had 4 pro boxing matches. Mota wrestled NCAA Division II level at St. Joseph's College in Indiana. In our fighter meeting, Mota said, I'm going to keep throwing to the body. It's going to be body, body, head, body, body, head throughout this fight. Mota 5'9" to his opponent, Lamont Stafford 6'6". Mota said, constant level changes, heavy pressure, I've got to get to the inside.
I like something he said. He's going to time that jab. He's going to duck under and come up with punches afterwards. He understands he has to level change, and he has to use angles to get inside and land those bombs.
Mota said of his opponent, Lamont Stafford, I believe at 6'6", he's going to try to stay long, work off of the jab. As he jabs, I'm going to time it, counter with my overhands. When I land the overhand, that's when I will come in. Mota said, I absolutely cannot be pushed backwards in this fight.
Well, not only that, but he wants to back his opponent up. He has to push him backwards the entire time. He said he has to use pressure to win this fight. He cannot let his opponent breathe. That means he's going to be in his face the whole time.
Lamont Stafford set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. Stafford, a veteran of 21 pro MMA bouts, including 1 in Bellator. He's 2-0 in pro boxing. Stafford said, I'm absolutely going to stay long. Everything will flow off of my jab. Stafford, who's naturally right-handed, said, I'm going to keep switching stances. When I switch to southpaw, I put my lead power hand, my jab, where I can really throw big punches. Stafford said, while I'm staying long, I'm going to walk down Gabriel Mota from range.
He said he wants to stay long, but the same thing, he's not going to go backwards. He can't take backward steps. He knows if he ends up on the ropes, that gives his opponent the chance. Not going to do that. He wants to use lateral movement because he doesn't want to stand and brawl with a fighter like Mota.
Stafford said of Gabriel Mota, I know he has big punching power. He's got a fast jab. I have to throw a faster jab, and when Mota throws those power punches wide, that's when my fast jab has to be on point.
Very confident was Stafford right there. He feels like he's going to make his opponent pay. He definitely thinks it's going to end the first round, but if not, it's definitely not going past 2 rounds.
Stafford, even with those 21 pro MMA fights, said, I do not want to engage in the clinch. I don't want to utilize dirty boxing. If Gabriel Mota works to the inside, I'm going to look to exit immediately. I have to stay calm. I cannot let this turn into a stand and trade or fight in the clinch type of bout.
Understands that he wants to stay, use his skill. He feels like he's definitely the more skilled fighter here. He feels like it gives his opponent a chance if he sits there, trades punches, brawls. He says, why give that guy any kind of a chance? If I fight my game plan, this guy has no chance.
G. Perez, not just a great BKFC fighter, not just one of the best cutmen in the world, he also trims nails.
He's like a manicurist, right? That's a free manicure. You should be, are they going to take that out of his pay right there, you think?
So sometimes you slip past the inspectors, but you don't slip past the outside referee, Andrew Glenn. Andrew Glenn catching the elongated nails. In comes G. Perez. He saved this fight. Into the ring comes Lamont Stafford. Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner tonight, he wears black trimmed in the proud colors of Puerto Rico. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, his official weight an even 214 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Hammond, Indiana, here is Gabriel Manos de Piedra Mota. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red and black. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 211.7 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 21 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, here is Lamont, the KO King Stafford. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Gabriel Mota said, I have to get past that long jab of Lamont Stafford once in the clinch. I've got to let my hands go. High volume punches. Round number 1. Red trunks for Lamont Stafford, black trunks for Gabriel Mota. Big swings from Mota looking to the inside. There's the left hand. You see the head movement from Stafford taking that left hand circling. Huge overhand right from Mota. Mota again to the inside, half tie play. More big swings that duck under from 6'6", Lamont Stafford. Huge swings from Gabriel Mota.
And Sean, the thing is, if you don't land some of those big punches, you tire out.
30 seconds gone, round number 1. All action to start this heavyweight bout. There's the rear right uppercut from Stafford. Mota still coming forward. Stafford is yet to establish his reach advantage, but lands that right hand on the turn.
Like I said, Sean, you've got to be careful throwing bombs like that. You only have so many fastballs in you.
To the body, there's the level change. To the head goes Gabriel Mota. Those were the sequences that Stafford said when Mota throws wide, comes forward, I'm going to jab. There's the jab from Stafford.
And this slower pace right here, that definitely favors Stafford.
Overhand right, now on the turn, the counter. Swelling on the forehead of Gabriel Mota. See the hematoma forming above his right eye.
That jab could be the factor right there. If he keeps getting hit with that jab, you're going to get cut off.
Straight punches and down goes Gabriel Mota.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And Mergliata giving the mandatory 8 to Gabriel Mota.
Okay, let's see how much Stafford tries to step on the gas right. If he goes for the finish, you got to be careful because you got a dangerous guy.
Stafford on the 1-1-1-2. Big right hand from Lamont Stafford. Mota back to the inside. Counter right hand just missing with the overhand left, Gabriel Mota. Final 10 seconds. Outstanding round number 1. Both fighters having their moment. Stafford dropping Mota here in round number 1. The jab again from Lamont Stafford. Switching stances. The bell. Next stop, round 2.
Sean, like I said, you've got to be careful throwing bombs the entire time. You can tell at the end, Mota slowed down there quite a bit. And if he's slowed down, he's just a sitting target right there for Stafford with that long jab. Yeah. And you can see that uppercut, the jab, the one, just a couple straight punches. It's hard to block with no gloves, Sean. You have those hands up. All it takes is one little shot getting through just like that. See that one shot gets you. It's all it takes. You cannot sit there and just block like this is a boxing match. You have to wait for one time when they throw a punch and just throw right back. You got to fire back.
Inhale, inhale, inhale.
Talked about the hematoma over the right eye of Gabriel Mota.
All right, you good.
There's a great
hey,
view
look at me. The nerves are gone now. We have a fight on our hands, right? You hurt him a few times with that right, but you can't show it to him. All right, he's seeing it coming. I want you to attack and surprise him with it. Hit the fucking body, come to the top. Let's go. Gentlemen.
Great advice right there from the corner. Work that body. He's got a tall guy. That body's got to be open.
Dan Mergliata starts round number 2. Stafford starts the second round with the jab and then the 1-1-2. To the body, overhand left goes Mota. Big overhand left, the entry again from Gabriel Mota.
I like to see he's doing exactly what his corner told him.
Mota again to the body. This is where Gabriel Mota said he would throw high volume in the clinch. Long jab from Stafford. Stafford on the hook jab. 2-for-2. Overhand right entry again from Mota. Counter right hand from Lamont Stafford.
No strikes, no strikes. Good job, gentlemen. Ready, knuckle up.
Mota taking those punches so well. He's getting him with a lot of these counter shots.
Chris, one of the greatest things of many great things in combat sports, you can make your body work for you. You can be a 6'6" heavyweight and have success. You can be a 5'9" heavyweight and have success.
Exactly. Everybody's got to fight their style.
Coming forward off the jab, more big overhands from Gabriel Mota, backing off Lamont Stafford. Stafford backing up and again looking to throw that rear right hand. 50 seconds remaining, second round of this heavyweight bout. Overhand right, left hand again on the entry, Gabriel Mota. Mota right hook, just misses with the right uppercut.
I mean, Mota is kind of telegraphing those punches right now. He looks very tired.
Stafford off the long jab. 30 seconds remaining in the second round. Feint on the jab from Lamont Stafford. Feint on the level change from Mota. Fighters talking to each other. The left hand lands from Gabriel Mota. Mota resetting. We just heard the 10-second clack. Walk forward pressure. Good right hand, left hand from Gabriel Mota. Coming to the mid-range, the bell, we move to round 3.
Much better round there for Mota. He landed a lot of shots, but he looks extremely tired right now because I'm telling you, Sean, you throw all those power shots, it wears you out. If you hit, if you don't hit,
you're still
it
throwing
definitely
big
wears
punches
you.
without setting them up. We got to set that shit up. Get under his jab, get under his cross, get to that body. Give me those body shots. Then we're going to come up the middle. All right, hit that middle, get him to snap. He's tired, man. He's tired, okay? Relax and breathe, deep breath. You got to pace your breathing, okay? Inhale, exhale. Nice
Good advice for Steve Colon in the corner right there.
Give me some straight shots down the middle, hit the fucking liver, hit the squeeze, hit him in the chest, right? Surprise him with the chin, then you come over the top. Okay? Let's be smart about it. Mouthpiece in. Breathe. Deep breath. Okay. Deep breath. I know you're good. Yep.
Steve Colon, a very good trainer. He's had several fighters in here at BKFC. You can tell he understands the sport, knows. He's telling exactly what his opponent needs to do. Get in there, land those body shots, and then go upstairs.
Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 3 underway. Stepping in with the hook, and the hook right back from Mota. That lands now. Mota to the inside, half-time plug. Big swings again from Gabriel Mota. That turn Lamont Stafford. Huge shots on the overhand right. Left hand now again the half-time plug. Big overhand right from Gabriel Mota.
Now we got to fight, Sean.
Overhand right again, turning Lamont Stafford once more.
That might have worn Mota out, though. I think he might have spent a lot of his energy right there.
Stafford on the right hand, knockdown number 2. Against the flow of the fight here in round 3, Stafford the turn, the right hand, and the second knockdown. This fight is over, and the win for Lamont Stafford in his Knuckle Fighting Championship.
I don't even know if Mota was hurt. I think he was just tired. His legs were wobbly because he was tired. You could tell after he threw all those punches, his legs were not quite there. You could just see he was tired in that part, and then he got hit a couple times, went down, but I feel like he was just more wobbly because of his exhaustion, not necessarily the punches.
Phenomenal start to round number 3 for Gabriel Mota, twice turning Lamont Stafford, and against the flow of the fight in round 3, Stafford turning, landing that long straight right hand, and that's the finish.
And you can just see here, watch, right from the beginning, Mota comes out and lands it. There was a good left hand right there. Look, you can just see the hurt. But just, you can look tired right there. Backing up, hands down. A nice right hand, but he'd been hit with other shots equally or harder than that. I think he was just tired after that. I mean, Mota came to win the fight. He landed some hard shots. You know, just a very tough fight right there. I mean, it's difficult to go against a guy who's 6'6" when you're 5'9". You're throwing hard punches, trying to work your way inside, and if you don't land them, you get tired.
Gabriel Mota always game. He is incapable of a boring fight, and Lamont Stafford, not without adversity, showing his class, getting the win in his BKFC debut. Chris, our strike stats presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can see here 70% accuracy for Stafford. Both guys landed a very high percentage right there. It was that one last shot that did the job. Head strikes right there. You see, it looks like Stafford didn't go to the body too much. I think everything was upstairs right there.
Lamont Stafford knocking down Gabriel Mota in round number 1. Mota, an outstanding sequence to start round number 3, and then Stafford the right hand, and that is the win. We go to Jeff Houston.
Get you guys in the center, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliotta, reaches the count of 10 at 40 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Lamont, the KO King Stafford.
Good job for Stafford right there. You can tell he learned a lot in this fight. This isn't MMA. This isn't boxing. It's different. It took him a minute to get adjusted. I think he did well once he did, Sean.
21 pro MMA fights, 2 in pro boxing, and now 1 in the sport of bare knuckle. And that 1 ends in victory. A right hand for the finish. Quality from both men in the heavyweight division. The winner by way of 3rd round KO. Lamont Stafford defeats Gabriel Mota.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Socha, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
It gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
It's inappropriate.
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of hats, shirts, hoodies, and more to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. So place your order now to get 20% off apparel with promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com.
Already explosive here in the Mile High City Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, and Lions Not Sheep Apparel. And here we are in the First Bank Center here in Broomfield, Colorado, just north of Denver. And you're locked in to the Freeview. As you see, we just had a war with Lamont Stafford, Gabriel Mota. Lamont Stafford able to get that win. Zeb Vincent opening up things with a big finish as well. 2 fights, 2 finishes. That's all you ask for, right? That's what we love to deliver to you, is a lot of knockouts and a lot of excitement. You're going to get a lot of that tonight. You're in the Freeview, but if you want the entire show, you got to get the BKFC app. $7.99, a paltry sum to get the entire show tonight, including our Cruiserweight Championship main event. And not only will you get tonight's event, you're going to get BKFC 51 next weekend, 7 days away from Salem, Virginia. Britton Hart, Melanie Shaw for the Strawweight Championship of the world. And we go ringside to Sean Willock and Chris Lytle. What about the top 4 fights for next week? BKFC 51, Sean, Chris, it's going to be incredible. This is brought to you by Mitt 45.
Yes, Cyrus, BKFC keeps on rolling. Next weekend, September 29th, BKFC back in Virginia, our first time in the city of Salem. The main event, Chris, for the BKFC women's 115-pound strap, the champion Britton Hart versus the fighter from England, Melanie Shaw.
And I love this fight. Sean, you're looking at Melanie Shaw, just so tough, so tenacious, but Britton Hart has been just a dog, one of our best fighters we have out there. That's a great matchup. And who couldn't like Joe Elmore? If you don't like him, you don't like bare knuckle, he's great. Dustin Beggs has been phenomenal, though. That guy is going to be a problem in every weight class. That is one heck of a co-main event. You know, Bruce Abrams can be A great fighter right there. Stanley Grosu, we've loved watching him. You know, Blake has that tall 6'7" guy with that long jab. I mean, that's going to be a fantastic fight. Somebody's getting knocked out. Two heavy-handed guys. I mean, what a great card right there. I mean, it's only a week away. I'm so excited to be going to Virginia. This is going to be a great time.
A big debut in Southwest Virginia. Very close. That's driving distance for me. So you know I'm excited about that, boys. Can't wait. I think you're going to love the crowd in Salem, Virginia. Once again, next week, BKFC 51. You don't want to miss it. Pay the $7.99. You're going to get the full show tonight. Right now, let's go to the final fight of the Freeview here at BKFC 50.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app. Only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of hats, shirts, hoodies, and more to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. So place your order now to get 20% off apparel with promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com.
In the flyweight division, Angelo Trujillo versus Dom Carey. Our tale of the tape is presented by Crescent Tools.
And Sean, I feel like this has been the theme of the night, but a huge height advantage for Carey right now and reach advantage. That is a 6-inch reach advantage. Trujillo has to get inside. He wants to get inside and tie up, use that clinch. He's got to get inside the jab of Carey to do so.
This is the BKFC debut and indeed the Pro Combat Sports debut for Dom Carey. Carey amassed a record of 3-1. He's an AMI and MMA. He is a 5'9", 125-pounder, and as such, Carey told us in our fighter meeting, I have to establish my reach advantage. I have to stay long, but from range, I'm going to be in and out constantly. I'm not just going to park on the outside.
And Sean, I love something he talked about, that in and out footwork, but not only that, he doesn't want to get greedy, and he said that. That's usually my term. He wants to get in there, throw 3 or 4 punches, and then get back out. He cannot sit there and unload and try and throw an 8-punch combination. He knows his opponent's going to fire back. Get in there, throw punches, and get out.
Carey became very animated in our fighter meeting. He got out of his chair. He was showing us his rear right hand, showing us his movement. He said, I'm going to step back and throw the cross. I'm comfortable moving forwards. I'm comfortable moving backwards. And I'm comfortable moving sideways.
He knows his opponent's going to try and blitz him, so he's got to angle off. He's got to do that to avoid that power shots and then just touch his opponent. He's another one of these guys. He just has to touch him. Doesn't matter how hard he hits him. Wants to hit him consistently, though.
Angelo Trujillo set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut in this, his home state, Colorado. Trujillo has had 5 pro MMA bouts. He told us in our fighter meeting he prides himself on being extremely fast, extremely explosive, and he said, I am going to be quick off of the scratch line to start this bout. Trujillo said a high volume of punches, constant hooks, constant uppercuts.
But he understands he's got to work to get inside. It's just not going to happen. He's waiting for his opponent to jab, parrying that, and then coming inside with footwork, head movement if he has to, but definitely wants to parry that jab to work to get to the body of his opponent.
Angelo Trujillo said of his opponent, Dom Carey, in this flyweight bout, I think Carey's more focused on speed and technique than he is on power. I think he's going to move a lot. Trujillo said, I have to cut off the ring with smart angles. I have to continually look to explode to the inside. I'm going to throw crosses. I'm going to throw big overhands on the entry.
And I love it, Sean. Most people say, what's their punch? They say jab. Not this guy. Uppercuts, hooks, overhands. Has to be fast, has to be explosive if he wants to win this fight.
Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 125 1/2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Troy, New York, here is Dom the Bomb Carey. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight, he wears camouflage. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, an even 125 pounds. He also, tonight, makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Grand Junction, Colorado, here is Angelo, the phenomenal fighter, Trujillo. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Dom Carey told us, I believe Angelo Trujillo is more of a grappler than a puncher. I am a puncher. I'm going to catch him as Trujillo rushes forward. Trujillo, though, backs off of the scratch. Round number 1 underway. We're in the flyweight division. Green trunks for Angelo Trujillo. Black and red trunks for Dom Carey. Now to the inside comes Trujillo. Trujillo, big uppercuts from the half-tie club. It's high and tight for both men. Coming forward off the jab. Dom Carey, the overhand right not getting through from Trujillo, but he lands that left hook. Trujillo hard to the body, half-tie club. Big uppercuts, and drops Dom Carey. Then the punch as Carey is grounded.
Threw 2 punches right there. And look at Carey. He's just looking at the ref like, what's going on here, man?
Time called by referee Andrew Glenn.
And that wasn't just 1 punch while I was down. He might have thrown 2 or 3, Sean.
Hang on. You get a doctor. Where's the doctor? Where's the doctor?
Angelo Trujillo again. This is his BKFC debut. He's at 5
Well, he got hit while he's down, so I want to see if he's okay to continue. If he's not okay to continue,
You can just see, watch. Well, it's a couple good punches on the inside. The mouthpiece comes out, and there's down 1, 2.
I think Trujillo just simply forgot the rules set.
Doesn't matter how many times you tell him, Sean. It's just muscle memory sometimes. Oh, what?
This fight is over. Angelo Trujillo thinks that he has won.
I don't think he's going to win.
He is not going to win this fight.
If you hit the guy illegally, and that's what causes the stoppage, you didn't win the fight. He's going to be in for a rude awakening here, Sean.
This is either going to be a no contest or disqualification win for Dom Carey.
You'd have to think so.
Yeah, you hit him while he's down, he's DQ'd. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're going to say the knockdown caused him to quit. They're going to probably say it was a couple punches afterwards.
Okay, guys, listen. Unfortunately, his knee was clearly down.
We've seen a lot of times
going to be disqualified.
In the 5-year history of BKFC.
That's the way it works.
Where a fighter is knocked down,
understand what I'm saying?
and then the attacking fighter throws a punch, and then thinks, oh,
you can't
sorry
lose like
about that. I didn't realize. Angelo Trujillo, it's almost as though he wasn't smart enough to the unified rules of bare knuckle.
He hit him, and then he waited a second and hit him again. So it looks like he might have already been told by the referee, hey, you might want to quit jumping around. You might not have won this fight. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
There are extensive rules meetings in the back. All 3 referees on this card, Andrew Glenn, Dan Morgliano, Nick Barron's outstanding, not just in BKFC. They are regulars in the UFC. Angelo Trujillo, though, he either didn't pay attention in the rules meeting or he just simply forgot. I don't think there was any malice from Angelo Trujillo. I think he just simply thought, I have to continue on like I'm in an MMA fight. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to repeated illegal ground strikes, our referee has called a stop to this fight at 38 seconds into round number 1. For your winner, by way of disqualification, Dom the Bomb Carey.
And Sean, nobody wants to win a fight that way. It is unfortunate, but that happens sometimes. So, like to see these guys fight again. I don't know what happened.
Again, Angelo Trujillo, you could see there was absolutely no malice with those 2 punches. Again, he either just wasn't aware of the rules or completely forgot the rules regardless. Not 1, but 2 clearly illegal strikes. the fight over, and that is a disqualification. And
Sean, please don't say he didn't understand the rules. Like you said, they told him many times. I promise you. Don't think we don't tell people the rules here.
the referees say always listen in the rules meeting. The winner by way of first round disqualification, Carey defeats Angelo Trujillo.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Let's go!
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of hats, shirts, hoodies, and more to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. So place your order now to get 20% off apparel with promo code BKFC50 at bareknuckleshop.com.
And welcome back here in Broomfield, right outside Denver, Colorado, for BKFC 50 is still locked in with our preview. A lot more to come, folks, of course. Most definitely a lot to come here, including that main event. That's coming up a little bit later tonight on the full pay-per-view. Lorenzo Hunt taking on Chris Camozzi. A lot of folks talking about this. Can Chris Camozzi from right here in Denver get to the top of the mountain tonight in the BKFC in just his third BKFC fight? We'll find out. Lorenzo Hunt, of course, has been the juggernaut, 8 fights in a row. Now, next week, 7 days from now, we go to my territory. We go to Southwest Virginia, Salem, Virginia, BKFC 51. Britton Hart and Melanie Shaw for the Strawweight Championship of the world. We'll get Dustin Page and Joe Elmore as well. A nice stacked card here for Southwest Virginia, our debut in the region. Next up, we're going to be heading to the UK once again, the 14th of October. It's going to be the Prospect Series number 2. Remember the first one we did in Miami? Found a few stars out there. A lot of guys extra hungry for their opportunity to be on the main roster here in the BKFC. Next up, Columbia, South Carolina. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Take a look at this card. Look at the top 2 fights. Reggie Barnett defending his title against Keith the Rockstar Richardson, and then Soto and Kroom in a lightweight throwdown. That is going to be special. That's Columbia, South Carolina. But then we go international in just a moment. First, let's go to Orlando. Just announced Dave Mundell defending his title against Cold Red Doug Coltrane. What an opportunity for Coltrane and Mundell, taking on all comers with that middleweight championship November 3rd back in Orlando, Florida for us. But then this, man, we've talked about those certain type of dreams. If you're a combat sport fan, this is one of those fights. Buakaw taking on Senchai. That's going to be November 4th. That's BKFC Thailand, number 5 in Pattaya. What an opportunity to see a legendary fight in Thailand. But then we make our debut in Europe. We're going to all places, Bulgaria. What an awesome place to see some fights. These Eastern European fighters will blow your mind. Dimitrov, Shelzikov, that's on top of the card. Exciting. It's Sofia, Bulgaria. Been there, called fights there. Awesome fight city, BKFC in Bulgaria. Now there's one place you're going to be able to see all of those things, and that is with the BKFC app. It is, let me re-emphasize this, $7.99. You can't get a value meal for that price right now in America, but you can get a full month of the BKFC app. You will get the rest of the event tonight. You'll also get 51. You'll get the Prospect Series, and you're going to get Columbia, South Carolina, BKFC. 50 starts at the top of the hour, but right now, this is the best of BKFC 49. We'll see you at the top of the hour.
Enters 2-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Show me Escoboza. Set for fight number 3, promotionally in BKFC. There's a big right hand that lands from Escoboza. Continual big swings from both fighters, and there's a big right hand to left. Another big right hand from Show me Escoboza. Both fighters continuing to throw. See the active clinch, good refereeing from Sam Burgos, letting this fight flow. Now the uppercuts, half-time one from Esteban Rodriguez. Overhand right again from Escoboza. Another right hook, that lands from Escoboza. Overhand right, and ruled a knockdown. Rear right uppercut, that was slick. Now the right to the body on the return from Escoboza.
Show me the BKFC Hitman!
The Ukrainian, Bovar Honakov, promotionally 1-0 in BKFC. Freddie Masabo, 2-1 in BKFC. Now the overhook on the right hand by Masabo, that was slick. See the feint on the hook by Honakov. Masabo on the overhand right, left hand again from Masabo. Going to work effectively into the mid-range and then into the pocket. Counter left and the right hand from Masabo. Overhand right, counter left hook from Honakov. The fighters pointing, saying, meet me in the middle. They now stand in the middle in the center circle. On the right hand, left hand to the inside, the clinch, and the end of the fight.
Freddie Spider-Man Masabo!
This is the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut for James Hyder. Rambo Russo, winners 1-0 in BKFC. Hyder to the inside, good left hook from Russo, and Hyder walked through that effectively. Heavy into the clinch. Back into the pocket is Rambo Russo. Russo, big overhand right.
Talked about full power, that landed. You can tell he's hurt right now with Hyder.
Off the right hand and the knockdown.
And still undefeated, Rambo Russo.
Sarah Click set for bout number 2 in BKFC. Lady Mejia. This is her BKFC debut. Final seconds, round number 1. On the right hand, down to the knee. Click starts with forward pressure off the hooks. There's the left hand, and that turns Sarah Click. Mejia now coming to the inside. Overhand right, that lands for Mejia.
Lady Galactica Mejia.
Aaron Sutterfield set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. Fame's now set for bout number 6, promotionally in BKFC.
Sutterfield wants to throw that jab and then come with hard right hands.
Side to the mid-range. There's the right hand. Big swings from both fighters to the inside. Right hands now from Aaron Sutterfield from the halftime plum. Right hand, left hand, overhand right from Fame. Sutterfield big to the body on the right hand. Big swings from Sutterfield. Rear right hand.
I said he spent a lot of energy right there.
And trapped the right hand and on the uppercut, the knockdown.
The Heartbreak Kid Fames.
This is bout number 3 in BKFC for Jeff Shiffens. Howard Davis now set for bout number 7, promotionally in BKFC. White and blue trunks for Howard Davis, blue and white trunks for Jeff Shiffens.
Started off good, waiting for his opponent to come in and land a hard shot.
Davis, see the playfulness from Davis on the overhand right. Big right hand, and down goes Jeff Shiffens.
For your winner by KO, Howard H.D. Davis.
Pedro Gueja. His BKFC debut, he's had one pro MMA bout, Stalder. This is Blas's third fight in BKFC. He's coming forward, big right hand, left hand, and down goes Gueja.
That's that explosive power right there. He just unloaded on the combination.
Blas into the mid-range, big right hand, left hand. There's your answer, going hard for the finish, and knockdown number 2.
And this is going to have to make Gueja really think about getting it. Does he want to continue this fight?
And still undefeated, Alberto El Indio Blas.
Quentin Foy enters 1-0 in BKFC. Justin Ibarola, 1-0 in BKFC. Oh, left hand, shovel uppercut. Here's the hand, fighting big right hand from Ibarola. Good left hand from Quentin Foy. Overhand right, big shot lands clean just before the bell.
By unanimous decision, Justin Ibarola.
Dakota High Pines set for fight number 3 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Brian Duran set for fight number 5 in BKFC. To the inside, right hand, explosion to the body. Big shot, big swings, there's the counter left hand. Good turn from Dakota High Pine. On the left hand on the duck under counter. Big right hand. Knockdown of Dakota High Pine.
And still undefeated, Brian El Gallo Duran.
This is bout number 9 in BKFC for Tom Scholes. Bryce Henry, 2-0 in BKFC. On the right hand, big left hook from Bryce Henry. There's the big right hand from Henry. With the redness on the face and choke, overhand right.
Jeez, this guy is just so accurate with his punching.
On the left hand. Choke on his back foot, snap jab again, big right hand. Henry down to the inside, big shots, and down goes Tom Scholes.
Wow. I mean, this guy is so difficult to deal with. Accurate as could be right there. Tom Scholes is a tough guy.
Bryce Balayaga Henry.
Jake Lindsay, 4-0 in BKFC. The Macedonian Gorion Slaveski enters 5-0 in BKFC. Round number 1. Black and pink trunks for Gorion Slaveski. Black and gold trunks for Jake Lindsay. Time in round number 1. Good left hand from Slaveski.
Did he not get the knockdown anymore?
Round number 2 underway. A huge left hand from Slaveski. The center circle, leaping overhand. Left counter.
That landed good. That landed good.
Lindsay, big uppercuts from the half-tie plug. Felling shots from Lindsay. Now the overhand right. Lindsay on the turn. Good left hand and the right hand. Big left hand again. Lindsay to the ropes, looking to turn.
Throw a counter punch in there as soon as that big wild punch misses.
3 left hands on the right hand. Another big left hand. Slaveski to the inside.
World welterweight champion, Guyan Gogo Slaveski.
Ultimate end goal, right?
Your mental state, your life outside of the ring, that affects your performance on fight night.